Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. And then we'll set your conditions of pretrial release, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed against you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I will gladly appoint the public defender to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Alicia Griffin. Morning, young lady. What's your date of birth?
November 4th, 1988.
Alicia, I have a warrant for you out of Sumter County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation and set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. We will inform Sumter County that you're here and ready to go. I will give them 5 days to come get you. It does not take 5 days with Sumter County, but if for some strange reason you were still here 5 days from now, they'd bring you back to see me, and I'd find out what the holdup is, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine Latman. Morning, Miss Latman. What's your date of birth?
2/14/86.
Latman, the charge this morning is retail theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Show possession of controlled substance without prescription, possession of paraphernalia, pay theft, and that's all I can confirm.
Okay. And Christine, I have an address for you. I don't have an address for you. Where have you been staying lately?
We just moved back to Hernando County 3 weeks ago, so.
Okay. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. It appears there's a hold for you out of Pinellas. I think they've got some warrants. I'm going to ROR you on this charge, so you're released on the Hernando County charge. That means if they have pending warrants for you out of Pinellas, they're going to serve those right away. My guess is if they serve those right away, you'll wind up at first appearance tomorrow morning, and they'll get you on your way to Pinellas County to deal with those issues, okay? Your Hernando County case will be back in court on the 31st of January. If you wind up going to Pinellas and staying in jail there, the public defender will make sure that they're aware of that. If you get out, you should give them a call and find out what's going on with your Hernando County case, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kirsten Smart. Morning, Miss Smart. What's your date of birth?
11/3/1982.
Charge is retail theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PD, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
A grand theft and a failure to appear.
All right. And Kirsten, I have an address for you on Crescent Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you're living these days?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
5 years, probably.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bond at $500. I'll have you back on January 31st. If you get out, you should contact the public defender right away, okay?
Okay.
Thank you,
sir.
Lee Beers. Morning, Lee.
Morning.
Date of birth?
5/26/1991.
All right, Lee, I got a warrant for you also out of Sumter County. The judge that signed the warrant found the probable cause for a grand theft and set your bond at $2,000. If you're able to post the bond, you can post it here. and then go over to Bushnell and find out when they want you in court. If you can't post the bond, I'll give them 5 days to come get you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Frederick Frazier. Morning, Fred. Date of birth?
8/29/79.
Fred, now you're here on the warrant for the VOP, which we talked about was sure to happen. I found probable cause for the VOP. Would you like the public defender on this case?
Yeah, I can't get a different public defender than the first one I had.
You're going to get whatever one gets assigned to you. That's just the way it goes.
All right, but I'm happy with him. I can fire him, right?
What's that? Yeah, well, you can represent yourself or hire private counsel, but I'll appoint a public defender for now. The bond, of course, is no bond. I'll have you back. Let's see. 31st is my day anyway, right? January 31st, PD will come out and see you. If you don't like them, you're free to fire them, okay?
Got it.
Thank you. Timothy Gaffney. Morning, Tim. What's your date of birth?
05/24/99.
Tim, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for 3 charges: domestic battery on a pregnant person, domestic abuse of an elderly or disabled person, tampering or harassing a witness, and criminal mischief. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
Your Honor, Mr. Gaffney was on PTI, so there should be a rejection coming, and there are open cases. Other open cases.
And it is being returned to us.
Okay. And what, can somebody tell me what the open cases are?
It's 17 MM 4551 and 17 MM 2466.
What's the second one again?
2466 is the PTI.
That's the PTI case.
That's correct.
Okay. And then 4551 sounds like something that hasn't even come to arraignment.
It was a new offense that he was arrested for in December. That's the reason the PTI is being returned. So this looks like another new offense.
Right.
And arraignment on the 4551 is 110.
Yeah, that's what I guess. Is there an offense date on 4551? Can somebody find that?
Yes, 12/20/2017.
Okay. Perfect. That'll work. And 110 is Judge Ruby? Or is that me? That's me. Okay. All right. And Tim, I have an address for you on Waystone Drive in Webster. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
Been there for about 8-9 years.
Okay. And I'm sorry, State, was other than these open cases, was there any other significant history?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
And one more, it looks like there's an 18 CF9. Date of offense 12/31.
That's this. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
this is. Yep. Okay. All right, so here's what's going to happen, Tim. On these cases, I'm going to set bonds of $2,000 on each of the first 3 charges and $1,000 on the criminal mischief. The total on these is $7,000. Condition of those bonds is that you're going to have no contact with any alleged victim. In your case, what that's going to mean for a while is that you do not call or write those folks from the jail, and I'm specifically ordering you not to call or write them from the jail.
Sir.
Hang on a second. If sometime down the line you are bonding out before these charges are resolved, then no contact would mean no contact of any kind. You would not call, you would not write, you would not email or text message, you wouldn't send them, contact them through any social media, wouldn't go where they live, don't go where they work, don't have contact of any kind, any way that you might imagine contacting them. I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bonds will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if they want the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear either of their voices, if you're out or about or see them, you should hang up the phone, you should turn around and run away because you can't have any contact. You need to understand that they cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision they get to make. They may go to the state attorney's office and ask that the charges be dropped, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they're not dropped and you should not have contact.
Hey, sir.
Yep.
They dropped these damn charges on me for no reason. All I had was fighting with my aunt. And
Okay,
they dropped down all these charges.
stop, Tim. Don't talk about what happened, okay? And
I don't know what the fuck happened, man.
Okay, Tim.
Damn.
Tim, just stop talking, okay? Because you're down at the bottom of the hole with a shovel in your hands. Put the shovel down, all right?
I don't hear that shit.
Okay. These charges are coming back on the 29th of January, and then
Man, quit messing me like that, man.
Place your hands behind your back.
just got to calm down, Tim. It isn't going to get better.
Gotta try my fucking life, man. No, I'm innocent,
Tim,
piece of shit.
Dan, this appellate defender, you're
Tim.
about to be held in contempt
Yeah.
if you don't close your mouth.
You got to stop
It'd be
cursing.
in your best interest to shut up right now.
All right. In case number 17MM4551, I'm going to revoke his pretrial release, hold him without bond until the 10th of January when I'll see him again for arraignment. He'll be back on these new charges on the 29th of January. PD's appointed all the way around. Thank you.
What, I got no bond though?
Probably should have listened. Kevin Gonzalez. Morning again, Kevin. Date of birth?
12/29/80.
All right, Kevin, this morning I've got now 3 counts of dealing in stolen property and 3 counts of defrauding metals recycler. There's probable cause for all 6 charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. And these are on the 29th. Yesterday you went to the 29th as well, I think, right? All right. So Kevin, on each one of these, I'll set the bond at $1,000, so it's another $6,000. They're all coming back on the 29th of January, which is where your other cases are. If you can't bond out, PD will come see you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Joshua Holmes. Morning, Joshua. What's your date of birth?
12/13/81.
Josh, the charge we have this morning is a grand theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State what keeps telling.
Burglary of a structure, stalking, violation of domestic violence injunction, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and also he has some open cases, 17MM3774 and 17CF1807.
I'll bet that on the felony case he's already on no bond. Can you confirm that for me?
I have bonds, but I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think given recent events, it probably got revoked, but I just want to make sure.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I'm not showing any revoked bonds on
Okay,
that.
so the 1807, he's still got a bond.
Correct, the 25,000.
Okay. Well, and obviously what you're telling me, Josh, it's not a bond you can make, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, on this one, and when is the felony case coming back? 2-2? Okay, that works. I'm going to leave the bond at $2,000. I'll send this one back on the 2nd of February where your other felony case is.
Okay.
I am going to, let's see, offenses recently. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Public defender will come see you before your court date, all right?
Okay, is that the only charge? I thought I had seen.
You've got an open felony. There's an open misdemeanor too.
That one that I'm just coming here for this morning.
All I got for you this morning is a grand theft.
Okay.
All
right. Thank you. Thanks.
Jeffrey Johnson. Morning, Jeffrey. What's your date of birth?
3/10/86.
All right, Jeffrey. I have, it looks like 2 warrants out of Pasco County. They're both for failing to appear. The judge had signed the warrants, set your bonds on those at $53,091 and $5,000 respectively. If you had the ability to post those bonds, you get out of jail here, go down to Pasco, find out when they want you in court. If you can't post them, I'll give you 5 days to come get you. Just like with Sumter, it never takes 5 days with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Your Honor,
Go ahead.
I was in custody here when I FTA'd there. Does that matter?
Yeah, Jeffrey, that's the main reason people fail to appear, but you got it. The only way they get you back is by issuing these warrants. When you get back in front of the judge in Pasco, then you'll be able to square that all away, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Russell Morse.
Morning.
Morning, Russell. What's your date of birth?
1/4/63.
Russell, the charge is battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. State, what can you tell me?
I have several driving while license suspended, misdemeanor and felony, possession of cocaine, possession of paraphernalia, additional possession of cocaine charges, and that's about it.
Okay. And I know I have family here. Is Mary Powers here?
Yes.
Mary, you want to speak to me?
Yes.
Come on forward. You don't have to yell at me. Come on right up to the podium, Mary. Raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear firm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
And state your name.
Mary Powers.
All right. And Mary, how do you know Russell here?
We've been together 5 years.
Okay.
He helps takes care of me.
Okay.
I'm diabetic.
Okay. Be a significant other to you?
Yes.
Okay. And are you interested in having contact with him?
Yes.
You want him to come home?
Yes.
Are you concerned that Russell's going to hurt you or harm you in any way?
Not at all.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you to get you to come here this
No.
morning? Okay. All right. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a bond of $100. I have to set some kind of bond on a case like this.
Okay.
So I'll set a low bond, $100. And then, Russell, the condition of your bond is that you'll have peaceful contact only with Mary. It's always a crime to touch her any way that she doesn't want to be touched. Pardon me. It now could be a violation of your bond if you so much as raise your voice, okay? So you can go home and you can have contact with Mary, but it's got to be peaceful. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
No problem.
All right. You're going to be back in court, Russell, on the 31st of January. You still have to come back to court, okay? And you should contact the public defender when you get out. Mary, the state attorney's office also wants to speak to you. If they
Yes.
made you an appointment last night, keep
They
that
did.
appointment. They've got to know what you're thinking about this case.
Okay.
It's very important that you speak to them.
Okay.
All right. So he'll be back on the 31st. Y'all can have peaceful contact.
And where do we pay the $100 at?
You go to the jail. You know where the jail is on Spring Hill
On
Drive?
Spring Hill Drive? Yeah.
Yep. Take your $100 there, and you can pick him up.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, the state said that. I wasn't worried about that. So, where's the misdemeanor coming back?
And that just was in court yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Just reviewed it. Thank you.
Okay. Sean Pruitt. Morning, Sean. What's your date of birth?
March 26, 92.
Sean, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
A PD is fine.
I'll appoint the PD.
So there's an offer route for 30 days.
Yeah. There is, okay, we do have some technicals. There is a 30-day offer, Sean, if you wanted to resolve it with 30 days. How long have you been in jail right now?
Since the 17th, I turned myself in.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he'd been in a while because he has a felony case. And jail, can you confirm for me he's been in since the 17th of December?
Yes, sir.
It's showing me 12/18.
12/18, okay. Same as 17, 14, today's the 5th. If you wanted to take 30 on the technical violations only, Sean, I'd give you credit for 19. Then this would be done. You still have that felony case to deal with, but this would be almost over if that's something you'd like to do this morning.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll unappoint the public defender. And then, Sean, you understand that by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, and the right to be represented by a lawyer. But you wanted to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 16MM3299, as to the technical violations only, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made, revoke and terminate your probation unsuccessfully, sentence you to 30 days into county jail, credit 19 served. There'll be a $50 cost of prosecution and your cost of incarceration. But that takes care of it, Sean. If there's a bond on your felony case, you, of course, would be free to bond out on it if you wish, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Avarian Thomas. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
9/26/90.
You're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'm going to appoint the public defender. I'm going to leave the bond on the warrant as no bond. I'm not going to change it in your case. We'll change the date to have you back next week, which is the 10th of January, because that's, you've got an open CT case. That's where that's coming back. So, Avarian, I'll have both your cases back next week, and if there's some way we can work them out, we'll do that, and you'll have a chance to speak to a lawyer before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bradley Willard. Morning, Bradley. What's your date of birth?
9/30/1977.
Bradley, the charge this morning, actually, it's a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for one count of violation of injunction. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender's office.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
Yeah,
Hang on.
I don't show in the criminal history, although there is 2 open cases, 17 MM 4544, also 17 CF 1390, and one more, 17 CT 1852 out of Sumter County. All these cases.
Okay. Can somebody tell me what MM 4544 is and when it's coming back? Oh, that's today. That's this case. Okay. And then what's the felony case? CF 1390. Here. Yep. State, is that what you said? 17 CF 1390?
17, yes, Your Honor, 139.
And that one was here.
And Sumter.
Oh, so that's in Sumter, the felony case is in Sumter. Okay,
Sumter.
all right, there we go.
And the state is requesting our RCO on the Sumter.
Okay. So Bradley, I have an address for you on Southwest 41st Street in Webster. Is that where you live?
No, sir. I've been moving from place to place because this injunction has caused me to
Okay.
leave my home. I'm at a different place now.
Okay. Do you have an address that you can give me?
I don't know it off the top of my head. It's 683B, County Road 683B. I don't know the number.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, sir. I'm awaiting a heart transplant. I'm in medical right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to, Bradley, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Condition of the bond is you abide by that injunction. That injunction means no contact. I think you know that now.
Yes, sir.
This case will be back on the 31st of January. It appears you have other cases in Sumter County. The state has asked me to revoke the bond on those. I'm not going to do it today because I don't think I have the authority as I sit here today. But when you get back to Sumter County on those charges, and they find out you picked up new charges here, they might revoke your bond. So if you have a lawyer on the Sumter County cases, I suggest you get a hold of them right away. Let them know what's happened in Hernando County so that they can prepare to help you, okay?
They know. They sent me here, boss. They know.
Okay, good enough. So then I'll have you back on this on the 31st of January, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And James Wolf. Morning, Mr. Wolf. What's your date of birth?
8/21/1969.
I've two charges this morning, sir. I've got a grand theft auto and a driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire a private counsel, would you like the public defender?
PD?
Oh, point the PD, state.
All I show is a Berkeley with the
And James, I have an address for you on Covington Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you been there?
For about 3 months. 4 months.
And you have a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
Handyman. Working, have several customers doing weed pulling, fixing things as they break.
Okay.
Stay pretty busy.
All right. On the driving on a suspended license charge, I'll set the bond at $500. That one's coming back on the 31st of January. On the grand theft, I'll set the bond at $1,000, so your total is $1,500. The grand theft is coming back the 29th of January. Make sure you contact the public defender's office if you get out, all right?
Okay, well then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.